Hey everyone, I'm Dr. Michael Hartley with Action Coach. What needs to pivot in my business, kickstart your day, get you refocused, because business is changing daily right now. Good morning, everyone. I am Dr. Michael Hartley. I'm a non-medical type of doctor. I operate on business, and today's topic is you. It's your mindset. It's what are the things that we must shift in us to make sure everything else is good. So let's dive in. What you need to pivot potentially is your mindset. When you look at the things that you do every single day, how much of what you do is currently inside your comfort zone versus outside your comfort zone? As business owners, as CEOs of the business in which we run, we must be comfortable inside the zone of discomfort. So what are those things that you need to go do to start doing incremental growth outside of your comfort zone? In fact, if I said, go do blank, and you're like, oh, I would hate doing that, what might that be? Getting yourself out of your comfort zone. For others, it may be never again projecting any negative thoughts. And just going, okay, I am beating myself up mentally, and I need to give myself a little bit of grace to move this business forward. For others, it's just about, what are the morning routine elements that I must do? I am statements. We talk about that a lot. Potentially any sort of exercise or stretching or yoga or whatever that may be. Things to put you in the right state of mind. Maybe it's I strive for perfection every single day and I'm never going to go hit it. Because guess what? Perfection doesn't actually exist. Strive for excellence instead of perfection. Perfection is something just we make up in our mind, and it's like, yeah, I'm never actually going to hit it. I'm never going to hit that mark. And so maybe it's repositioning that. It's interesting to me. They always, we should be a student of the game. Business is a game. Largely, this game is math and people. And we must be a student of the game. To me, that's why they say, it's the phrase is interesting. It's when the student becomes the master, because you're looking to become a master of business. You're not looking to be the perfectionist of business. We are students of the game looking to become masters. And how do we properly master business? Well, we start with the mastery levels of business themselves. Part of which is our time and our mindset, understanding the numbers in our business. Where are we taking this whole thing? All of those critical elements matter. Then it's about, what are we reinforcing in our life? What are we reinforcing that helps push us to have the right mindset to keep that routine every single day? Going back to what's out of your comfort zone. Part of that may be it. The faster you become comfortable in the zone of discomfort, the faster your business stops plateauing. The more you look at, okay, what do I need to learn today to get past this plateau element in my business, the faster your business starts to grow again. So what are those mindset pieces that you need to go focus on? It starts with the thoughts that we have. And all those thoughts that we have over and over and over again lead to the emotions that we have. They lead to the actions that we take or the choices that we make, which then lead to the results that we get. And so when you look at it as, almost like a hierarchy, the base level is you, and it's the thoughts that you have. So what are those thoughts that you're having? What are those things that happen in life that all of a sudden get under your skin? What are those things that happen in life that all of a sudden completely change or shift your attitude, your mindset, your emotions? And maybe that's where it's like, okay, that's where I must focus on this week or this next month or this next quarter. Or for some of you, it's so intrinsic in who you are, it's like the next year I need to just focus on this one thing to incrementally move that needle forward on that gradient. Because it's not just a light switch. It doesn't just happen overnight. It's like, okay, where are we at in this process? What are those things that we must go focus on, that you must go focus on, internalize. What are those things that I must go focus on? You know, when you say things like I am statements, which by the way is the most simple thing to do every single day, what's the emotion that you put behind them? And for those that are, haven't watched any of the videos or haven't been coached by us, I am statements are, I am blank, fill in the blank, whatever that is. I am blank, or I'm in the process of. You say them twice a day out loud. And yet so many individuals, it's a free resource to use. It's a free system to implement into your life. And yet so many just don't do it. And yet I have seen massive shifts in people when they consistently do it. And so it's not just about saying them, it's about saying them with passion and emotion behind it. The more emotion you put behind them, the quicker they, hit the subconscious and actually start to change who you are. Help shift those emotions that you have when certain things happen. The other thing that happens with those that strive for perfection instead of excellence is they start to procrastinate. Well, if it's not perfect, then I can't move forward. Well, okay, I agree. I need to change this in my business or in my mindset or in my life, whatever that is. Okay, but I got to get it absolutely locked in perfectly before I actually go do it. It causes procrastination. Procrastination leads to stunted growth. For those, when I talked about getting out of the zone of your discomfort, okay, I know I need to go do this. It's just not comfortable, right? I don't feel right doing it. Well, that leads to procrastination, which then again leads to stagnation, which leads to your business moving backwards because you're growing or you're dying. There's no, I'm just going to stay here moment. So when you think about the thoughts that you have, what would be the standard you set for your life on here are the thoughts that I always want to have? And then what are the emotions I desire to have consistently? What are the emotions that I want to push away from? What are the emotions I want to run towards? And I'm going to pause here. It's not about ignoring things that are happening in life. It's just about our perception of them. I was speaking with a group of business owners last week, and, growing up in the Midwest, I went snow skiing all the time. And if I took somebody who had never been on skis or a snowboard before and I said, we're going to go jump on a black diamond, their perception of what's about to happen is a lot different than mine. Well, you start doing it over and over again. You even do it one time successfully. Your emotions are a lot different. Same situation, same facts. So again, it's not about ignoring the facts and the situations going on. It's just about understanding what's our perception of them. And so what emotions do I need to have behind things like I am statements to get the actions in myself, to make different choices, to move myself forward, to get different results? Core root cause for a lot of this is because we have not clearly identified what I actually value. What do you actually value? What do you value? In fact, if you're watching this, I want you to write down a list of the things that matter most to you. And if you're watching it later on YouTube, pause it and start writing all those things down. What things matter to you? What's your destination point? Because when you have those type of things understood, every decision you make should be aligned with them. When every decision you make is aligned with them, your thoughts are a little bit different. You're out of, getting rid of fires mode out of the business. You're out of reactionary mode into response mode. It allows you to think through things differently because the emotions you have are not being dictated by the thoughts or actions of somebody else or words. Your emotions are based off of your views, your values, your beliefs, your identity instead of somebody else's. Stop letting somebody else's identity affect yours. And that may mean that you need to remove, certain people from influencing your life. Not necessarily even removing them from your life, just removing them from having the privilege of influencing your life. And that's only your choice to make. So all of this leads to the things that we have intrinsic in our life, extrinsic, and systemic. And while I've done videos on this before, I'll do a quick recap of what all of those actually mean. Intrinsic is you. Intrinsic is going to be the things that, I care for others, as an example, the things that I value. Extrinsic are things like matter to me extrinsically, like donating to church or charity, or going on a trip to give back to those that don't have, or whatever those kind of things may be. And then you have intrinsic, you have extrinsic, and then you have systemic, which is, systemic is like, being a human being or a nationality or whatever that may be, right? It's who, systemically we actually just are. And so, systemic things are, okay, is or is not, right? It's either a dog or it's not a dog. It's a cat, it's a cat. It's human, it's not a human, right? Systemic is just is or is not. Extrinsic is, a little bit more limited. It's about going, okay, what values do I have for others? Again, as an example. The one that we want to focus on today is going to be the intrinsic one. Intrinsically, it's about going, okay, what are my values? Because intrinsic is infinite. Intrinsic values are how I am choosing to live my life and what I decide the words and thoughts and emotions and actions are actually going to be. So first, focus on intrinsic, things that matter to you. Things, there's an infinite number of those type of things. Then extrinsic, what do I value in others and how can I bolster them up or whatever that may be. And then you get to systemic, which is just is or is not. So what do you value? How are you going to start shifting your mindset today? What are those things that you've identified that you need to shift your mindset in? We all have opportunities. It doesn't matter if you've been focusing on your mindset for a day or 10 years. We all have opportunity. What's that going to be for you today? How are you going to start getting out of your comfort zone? Once your mindset changes, everything else can. It's that straightforward. Once you change, everything else can. And if you're not good, nothing else will be, especially as a business owner. If you're not good, business won't be. What are those things that you're choosing to focus on? What are those routinely items that you choose to actually do? Morning, night routine. How is it additive to your life, to your day? I'm Dr. Michael Hartley. I'm here to elevate your business, enhance your lifestyle. If you're not connected with us, get connected and make it a phenomenal rest of your week. If you're watching this recorded, enjoy it. If you're watching this live, enjoy your 4th. What are those things that you're choosing to focus on? Only you make those choices. So what are they going to be? If you have questions, put them in the chat, put them in the comments. We're here to help. If not, make it a phenomenal rest of your week. Bye for now.